By order of the Overseer Council, the following file describes a currently unknown and potentially dangerous reality-altering hazard, and is Level 3 classified. Unauthorized access is forbidden. Alright, my name is researcher Rowe Lucian, and today I'm going to be talking about SCP-2740. Item number: SCP-2740. Object Class: Euclid. Site Responsible: USI and BL Site 81. Director: J. Carlisle Actus. Research Head: Kyle Dorset. Level 3 Classified. Special Containment Procedures: due to the nature of SCP-2740, any means of direct containment are currently unfeasible. Access to Street, Indiana is forbidden, and is to be enforced by Foundation security personnel. Cover story Delta 4B, gas leak is to be disseminated in Indiana. Standard cognitohazardous object amnestic treatment is available to all personnel assigned to SCP-2740. Description: the nature, appearance, and potential existence of SCP-2740 is uncertain. SCP-2740 is believed to possibly exist in the northwest corner of the attic in the home of the Lee family, at Street, Indiana, a location roughly 6 meters from the ladder leading to it. Individuals attempting to approach the ladder leading to the attic will find themselves unable to do so. While individuals can approach the ladder and, in certain cases, even begin to climb it, upon further inspection it will always be discovered that these individuals did not in actuality do so. The reason for this is currently unknown. Additionally, it is uncertain if this effect exists at all. Research into this phenomenon is ongoing. The only information gathered regarding SCP-2740 has been done so through interviews with affected individuals. SCP-2740 appears to instill a sense of intense dread in any individual cognizant of it, although the reason for this is unknown. This effect begins upon entering the house at Street, or by becoming cognizant of SCP-2740 through discussion with other individuals affected by its anomalous nature. Interview 2740-A, Franklin Lee. The following interview was conducted after the discovery of SCP-2040 with Franklin Lee, the owner of the home at Street and patriarch of the Lee family. Interviewer: Dr. K. Dorset. Interviewee: Franklin Lee. Begin log. When did you begin to notice something was wrong?
Maybe. I don't know. It was years ago. It wasn't always like this, though. In the beginning, it was just something, you know. You could ignore it. I remember there'd be times I'd walk down the hall upstairs and just glance at it and get this feeling.
Can you describe the feeling?
Like there was something up there. Not that I could see it or anything, and we didn't hear anything either, but the mood in the house, it changed. And we thought it was because no, it wasn't that.
Mr. Lee? Who do you mean she?
Our oldest daughter, Olivia, she left when she was 17. There were some other things going on then. We were going through some hard times. Olivia left to go live with my wife's sister. Yeah, we haven't talked to her in years. I think, I don't know, maybe we did start to notice it then.
What did you originally notice?
The quiet. Everything was real quiet. Didn't sound like a house with 3 other kids, you know, but I don't know, it just built up over time, right? And after a while I decided I needed to know. I needed to find out what was up there, what she left.
Mr. Lee?
I tried. I can't tell you how many times I've tried. I'll begin climbing. I'll open my eyes and I'll be back in bed or in the living room by the TV. And the feeling never goes away. I quit my job. I couldn't handle the stress. I couldn't explain it to anyone, but everybody thought I was crazy. There was a few times I contemplated knocking down the whole house. I even signed the papers once, but then called back and the company didn't exist anymore.
Why didn't you move?
You don't think we tried? It was like climbing that ladder. You get halfway up, you push open the door, and you can feel it. But then you're sitting at the kitchen table.
End log. Following this interview, Mr. Lee and his family were moved to Site 81 for holding an examination, with the Lee's pending further study of their mental condition. The Lee family has not been moved to Site 81. Information claiming otherwise has been proven inaccurate. Research into this is ongoing. Interview 2740-B. Yvette Lee. The following interview was conducted after the discovery of SCP-2740 with Yvette Lee, the co-owner of the home and street, and matriarch of the Lee family. Interviewer: Dr. K. Dorset. Interviewee: Yvette Lee. Begin log. Mrs. Lee, can you tell me anything about why your husband wasn't able to articulate any details about SCP-2740?
Have you not been in the house, Dr. Dorset?
I have not. My station has been here in our mobile facility.
Then you can't understand. We've lived there for 20 years, and we can't even... We can't do anything about it either. We've tried everything, but nothing works.
We have reason to believe that you entered the attic on... Can you confirm this? Footnote 1. This information was gathered after discussions with the 3 young Lee children, each of whom referred to an event where their mother entered the attic, stayed for several minutes, and then descended. No other information was recovered regarding this event.
No, of course not.
Mrs. Lee, this will be much easier if you can be honest with us.
My husband and I, we've been good parents, but we fought with Olivia over so many things. Things that seem inconsequential now. But, it drove a wedge between us. And we all knew there was something festering in that space. She couldn't admit the mistakes that she had made. And when she left, I could still feel the wedge. Like it never went away. One night, I woke up and I heard her. And I went to the ladder and climbed up into it and... I don't know. It wasn't Olivia.
End log. Incident log 2740-A. After interviews with Mr. and Mrs. Lee and their children, and with neighbors also affected by SCP-2740, all of whom were certain of the existence of SCP-2740 but uncertain of any other details, several attempts were made to penetrate the attic, both manned and unmanned. In all cases, further investigation revealed that no attempts were actually made, regardless of the claims made by involved personnel stating otherwise. These attempts may have included direct access to the second-floor attic ladder, shaped charges situated at various points on the second-floor ceiling, drone access through the ladder opening, manned and unmanned access by cutting through the roof, and complete leveling of the home. As stated above, no records exist that any of these methods were actually attempted. Interview log 2740-C. Olivia Lee. The following interview was taken after the eldest daughter of the Lee family, Olivia, was located in working as a landscape contractor after changing her name to Rebecca Feldman. Interviewer: Dr. H. Garrett. Interviewee: Rebecca Feldman, aka Olivia Lee. Begin log. Miss Feldman, what I would like to discuss with you is a phenomena associated with your parents' home, likely located in the upstairs...
The attic. I know. I thought somebody would come after me about that. I just didn't think it would be so soon.
Are you saying you're aware of this phenomenon?
I left my parents when I was a kid, Dr. Garrett. We had always fought. They weren't happy with the choices I made, the things I believed in, the people I spent my time with. There was anger there. So much anger, I thought it might suffocate me. When I left, I felt like I could breathe again. I never went back after that, but sometimes I can still feel it. You know how you feel when you're dreaming, and you're trying to run from something, but you can't see it, and you don't know if it's really there, but you run anyway? That's how it feels.
What prompted you to leave your parents?
There was one night. We had a fight, and my dad was drinking, and Mom was even worse off at that point, and I had kept a knife under my pillow for a long time in case something would happen, and they came into my room that night. I don't know what their intentions were, but I drew it and backed them into a wall. The whole thing felt like I was being choked, and that was the first time I heard it. Something moving above me. I dropped the knife and ran, and I didn't look back.
Do you know anything about what is in the attic, Miss Feldman?
There are always secrets, Doctor. There's only so much hate that can build up in a place before it starts hating you back. I don't know what's in the attic or if there's anything up there, and I don't think I want to.
End log. At the conclusion of this interview, Miss Feldman was detained by Foundation personnel, pending further investigation of her claims. Currently, it is believed that Olivia Lee does not exist, nor has ever existed. The information in interview log 2740-C is undergoing further examination. Alright, that's all I have to say about this subject.
I had parents. Once. They were fighting over something with me frequently. I can't remember what it was we ever fought over, but I can always feel the dread from them. Nice to think they were probably fighting with themselves, and I got roped into it. Maybe if I at least thought like that, part of the blame wouldn't be on me. Ridding myself of the responsibility makes everything afterwards easier to cope with, right? One night, I ran away. I had to back them into a corner with a knife just to escape from it, but I ran. Something was different about that night. That much I'm sure of. My parents could feel it too. I watched them as much as I could while getting out of the house, and they never looked me in the eyes during it all. Not once did I look back as I sprinted away. For a few years after, I managed to live with some kind of peace. I changed my name, got a new job, made friends, found a place to live with my aunt for a while before having my own space. There were oddities, in spite of it all. I was still carrying the weight of my experiences around, but something else latched onto that. A sense of dread and fear, I think. It's hard to put it into words, but it was something more than that. Even with my friends, I'd approach all interactions with some kind of caution, as if I'd have to run away from them as well. Being a landscape contractor helped distract me from all that, but as time went by, the way I went about things felt, well, have you ever had something loom over you, threaten to overwhelm your senses? It just took its sweet time with it. Nights eventually started to get worse for me. My dreams started gradually drifting towards one single recurring one when they'd started. It'd probably be at the tail end of the dream, or maybe just involving one element. I've always been frightened regardless, and for the past however many months it's always been the same. I'm back at my house again. Everyone is sleeping, my parents, siblings, even the pet dog, though I can't remember if we had one anymore. I never start out in a different place, though. Always, without fail, the same place right in the main hallway on the second floor, with only 2 options to go. The bedroom or forward. But I can never go in my bedroom. Either the door is locked. Did the door even have a lock? I can't see why. Or I just can't get through the open passageway. So there's only forward. And forward is the ladder to the attic. The attic always creeped me out up until the time I left the house. I could never get near the ladder without being a bit repulsed by it. And as far as I knew, no one ever stored anything up there, but it's different this time. There's more to it. A sense of loathing for myself and hate from somewhere. And fear. And, well, there's no accurate words. I don't think it's something someone would ever experience in their lives. It's another kind of emotion altogether. For the first time ever, I climbed the ladder. My feet feeling heavier and harder to lift. I can feel my stomach twist and my head pulse erratically. I don't want to go up there, yet I have no choice but to go up there. I've never had the choice to turn back. It's always forward. The ladder is only 12 rungs. I've been counting for a couple of years now, yet the flow of time seems to get slower and slower with each rung until it nearly stops altogether at the top. Finally, I make it, and I look in. I see the attic. The other thing that keeps repeating in these dreams is that I can never see what's in there or remember. I see something, but I don't know what that something is or if it's anything at all. There's a force, but there's no force to really sense in there. It's empty in there. That's what I hope for, that every time I go up into the attic, there's nothing there. Despite that, there's always something about it that fills me with worry and terror. I can't help but stare into the attic, looking around to see what's brought me there, and I realize I never climbed up it at all. There's only forward to go, so I'm forced to go back up. Maybe this time I catch a glimpse of my parents, sleeping with their heads buried into the wall. Lights obscuring them from my vision completely. I still can't go in there to talk to them. There's only the ladder, the attic, and whatever is waiting for me in there. And for the first time ever, I climb up into the attic, feet feeling heavier and harder to lift, stomach twisting, head pulsing. Eventually, I wake up. Having never climbed the ladder at all, of course, I know I climbed the ladder, yet I can't ever get up there. Though I know I did. Nothing's waiting for me. That's the ideal, but I can feel it's something I must have left behind. Occasionally, I'll even dream about my parents trying to climb it. My mom did, once. I'm afraid to know what she saw. I've had the urge for a while now to go back home and visit my parents. In one of my more final and relatively normal dreams, I think, I went back there. It was Christmas, and I wanted to at least see my parents one more time to clear the air up and make things better for all of us. I snagged a few gifts for my parents and siblings on the way, and it took me almost half the day driving to get there. Home wasn't like I remembered it, though. Everyone acted like I had never existed to begin with. They remembered me wistfully, as if I had never even had a full life with them to begin with. The attic is still there, too. I felt myself stepping towards the attic, going to climb the ladder.
Thank you all for watching, and a special thanks to all my patrons, especially my tier 4 patron Serene Tan. If you want to help support this channel, go ahead and visit my Patreon for early access to videos, skip recommendations, and other Patreon benefits.